Welcome to a profound odyssey through the principles of Stoicism. Before we delve into the philosophical riches of today's discussion, let's pause and contemplate our existence. As 2023 gracefully concludes its narrative, ushering in the dawn of 2024 with boundless prospects, now is the opportune moment for introspection. Take a moment to scrutinize the tapestry of your 2023. How did you navigate the intricacies of life? What held true significance for you? Which aspirations found fulfillment in the tapestry of your existence? By posing these inquiries, you lay the groundwork for forging ahead into 2024 with purpose and direction. Life, akin to a perpetual journey, bids adieu to one chapter while beckoning the commencement of another. In our voyage of self-discovery, there comes a juncture where shedding superfluous burdens becomes imperative to progress. Amidst the compendium of 11 facets deserving quiet expulsion from your life, challenges are not merely obstacles, they manifest as opportunities for liberation. Embrace this expedition, for within its challenges lie the chance to unburden yourself and focus on the quintessence of your existence. Together, let's embark on this transformative journey. Do not let a single moment of this discourse elude you. Absorb it in its entirety. In doing so, you afford yourself the prospect of profound self-understanding and the ability to shape a positive trajectory for your life in 2024. The inaugural stride necessitates acknowledging the changes you aspire to effectuate, and unitedly we shall navigate the path towards realizing those aspirations. 1. Avoid constantly comparing yourself with others. In the odyssey of existence, it is imperative that we refrain from the habit of ceaselessly measuring ourselves against others. Every individual traverses a distinct trajectory, encountering their unique triumphs and accomplishments. These personal victories warrant acknowledgement and revelry, akin to stars illuminating the firmament without the need for comparative scrutiny. The perilous aftermath of relentless comparison is the creation of a shadow over our mental well-being, obstructing our personal evolution. Pitting our lives against others corrodes our self-esteem, ensnaring us in the treacherous web of unfavorable juxtapositions. Instead of recognizing our inherent strengths and accomplishments, we become ensconced in what we perceive as deficiencies, corroding our self-worth. Furthermore, perpetually measuring our lives against others diverts our attention from our individual goals and aspirations. We become entangled in the allure of idealized standards set by external forces, diverting us from the essence of our pursuits. This not only distracts us from what truly matters, but also impedes our progress along our unique path. Our personal aspirations are relegated to the background as we languish in the shadows of desires that are not authentically our own. It is imperative to comprehend that comparing ourselves to others is not only unjust, but also deleterious to our mental health. Each of us confronts distinct strengths, challenges, and life journeys. Instead of perpetuating this detrimental habit, let us redirect our focus towards learning and personal growth. By liberating ourselves from the shackles of incessant comparison, we cultivate a profound appreciation for our individual circumstances. We learn to rejoice in our progress and personal development, celebrating each milestone as a testament to our resilience and determination. Through this, we acknowledge that each person charts their own unique path, and it is in this diversity that life becomes genuinely rich and beautiful. Consider yourself a passionate artist who, from a young age, has immersed in the world of painting. After years of diligent practice, you've curated a collection of distinctive artworks, each a canvas reflecting your views and emotions about the world. However, following a renowned artist on social media exposes you to intricate and highly praised masterpieces, inducing a sense of inadequacy in your own abilities. This habitual comparison not only stifles your creative thinking, but also diminishes the joy inherent in your artistic expressions. Forget not that each of your paintings possesses intrinsic value, representing your unique self and perspective on art. Rather than succumbing to the pressure of comparisons, redirect your focus towards skill development and self-expression. In forsaking comparisons, you rediscover the joy of painting and may even birth outstanding works of art. Recognize that each person follows their distinct path, adding value in their own way. This realization allows you to experience art freely and more exhilaratingly than ever before. Instead of comparing yourself to others, steer your attention towards self-discovery, learning, and personal growth. Through these endeavors, we can authentically embrace our diversity and chart a more meaningful course toward a brighter future. 2. The Stoic approach to navigating relationships. Inextricably woven into our existence are relationships, unfolding as friendships or blossoming into romantic entanglements. These connections act as intricate mirrors, reflecting the diverse facets of our lives, from the peaks of joy to the valleys of sadness and everything in between. They serve as guiding tools through the ceaseless ebb and flow of experiences, shaping us into the individuals destined to emerge. Yet, within these profound connections, a delicate boundary emerges, a boundary marking the demarcation of privacy and caution. Conceive of a relationship as a clandestine garden, a hidden sanctuary where emotions blossom like vibrant flowers, dreams take root, and precious moments are tenderly nurtured. This sacred space demands utmost respect and wholehearted care. When the inevitable juncture arrives, signaling the conclusion of a relationship, whether platonic or romantic, one certainty prevails. Amidst the emotional whirlwind of pain, confusion, and an insatiable need for understanding, it is imperative to recall the subtleties of this garden. The narrative belongs exclusively to the intertwined souls who embarked on this shared journey. Opting not to unveil intimate details or expound upon the reasons for separation serves a dual purpose. It safeguards the dignity of both involved parties and shields fragile hearts. Disclosing such intimate intricacies may inadvertently unleash a torrent of misunderstanding, judgment, and, at times, malicious rumors. Far from aiding the healing process, such actions can exacerbate pain, perpetuate negative cycles, and inflict harm. How then do we navigate the inevitable end of a relationship, fostering healing and personal growth? Firstly, bestow upon yourself the invaluable gifts of time and space to heal. Let the tumultuous waves of emotions wash over you, underpinned by a current of self-reflection. Seek support from a psychological expert if needed, offering objective guidance and unwavering support. Secondly, cultivate the practice of personal reflection. Rather than seeking external validation or solace in the words of others, turn inward. Pose questions to yourself about the lessons derived from the concluded relationship and contemplate how these insights can propel personal growth. Lastly, always bear in mind that exercising caution and preserving privacy manifest as signs of maturity and respect. This respect extends not only to others, but also to yourself. When drawing the curtain on a chapter in the story of your life, do so with grace and solemnity. Understand that every relationship, regardless of its ultimate outcome, serves as a stepping stone, preparing you for the adventures that await on the horizon. 3. Letting go of unrealistic expectations. Embarking on an inner journey, let's delve into the profound impact of expectations on our perception of reality, an exploration that sometimes distorts the very fabric of existence. Envision life as a grand adventure on a vast ocean, where each expectation functions as a sail, propelling your ship toward dreams and goals. Yet when these sails grow disproportionately large, expectations become unreasonable, steering us off course into turbulent waters of disappointment and dissatisfaction. Unrealistic expectations resemble a map promising a treasure that eludes existence, urging us to pursue ideals of perfection within ourselves, others, and the situations we encounter. The crucial question arises: do these ideals truly belong to us, or have they been imposed by external influences such as society, culture, or media? Initiating the process of detachment from these expectations begins with the first step: awareness, a realm that demands honesty and self-reflection. Ask yourself, do these expectations uplift me or weigh me down? Do they authentically reflect who I am and what I value? The subsequent step involves practicing acceptance. Acceptance of oneself, the current position in the journey, and the uncontrollable circumstances. This doesn't signify relinquishing dreams, but rather recognizing and evaluating the imperfect and challenging process of achieving them. Additionally, setting specific, achievable goals that align with your true essence, rather than an idealized image of success, is essential. Celebrate small victories along the way, acknowledging that every step, no matter how modest, signifies valuable progress. Lastly, bear in mind that the journey is as significant as the destination. By relinquishing unrealistic expectations, life unfolds naturally and peacefully, creating space for unforeseen surprises and joys that elude meticulous planning. As we conclude this journey, may it inspire you to navigate life with sails adjusted to reality, appreciating the beauty of the journey with all its twists and turns and discoveries. If you're a parent, ponder whether you've set expectations that your children must perpetually excel in exams and participate in every extracurricular activity. Recognize that each child possesses unique abilities and interests and may not always achieve the highest scores. Choose to practice acceptance and support your children in their natural development, encouraging activities they genuinely enjoy. In relinquishing unrealistic expectations, you foster a happier family, where children can develop in their unique ways, feeling the support and love they need. 4. Dealing with those who cause you pain. In the intricate tapestry of life, we inevitably encounter individuals, whether by design or happenstance, who inflict upon us the pangs of distress and harm. Navigating such tumultuous waters becomes a formidable task, particularly when these erstwhile confidants or cherished comrades reveal a darker facet. Yet in these moments of trial, it behooves us to refrain from the impulse to lament, argue, or confront the negativity that now emanates from those who were once considered stalwart friends. Instead, it is incumbent upon us to recalibrate our responses and perspectives. When confronted with decisions that inflict injury and disrespect, especially from those once deemed paragons of friendship, the path to serenity may lie in adjustment without seeking exhaustive explanations. Cultivating an aura of calm and rationality becomes paramount. The focus pivots resolutely towards personal growth and overall well-being. At a juncture, the transgressor may awaken to the consequences of their actions and turn to seek solace and support. In these critical junctures, the conventional impulse is often to retaliate or justify the unfolding scenario. Yet, an unexplored route, albeit one laden with formidable strength, emerges: the power of silence and self-respect. This less trodden path, paradoxically, holds the potential to wield considerable influence. The sagacious embrace of silence, marked by a resolute refusal or a succinct no, serves as a potent means to communicate boundaries and affirm self-esteem. The compulsion to elucidate may arise, but it is imperative to recognize that one is not beholden to extend a helping hand to those who have forsaken ethics and fractured trust. Engaging in conflict or skirmishes seldom yields positive outcomes. A wiser course is to silently extricate oneself from the company of those who sow discord. Time, a discerning arbiter, inevitably unfurls the consequences of actions, By dedicating energy to self-care and personal development, one consciously ascends to a loftier plane. The unfolding future, when entrusted to its natural course, augurs the best for all parties involved. Concomitantly, the second prong in this strategic approach is self-respect. The very act of progressing without incessant explanations or justifications becomes a profound testament to an individual's self-worth. It is crucial to internalize that there exists no obligation to associate with those who perpetrate harm or fail, to recognize our inherent value. Each soul merits respect and deserves evaluation based on its authentic essence. By silently excising those who bring harm into our lives, we make a resolute decision in favor of mental health and personal development. This judicious choice propels us towards a life characterized by authenticity and fulfillment, wherein the sanctity of happiness and self-esteem takes precedence at all times. 5. Avoid sharing your judgments with others. At point number 7, the Council extends to steering clear of disseminating negative assessments of others. Rather than harboring adverse opinions, careful consideration should be given to the image projected when speaking critically of someone. The act of criticizing others possesses the potential to disrupt an otherwise engaging conversation, casting a pall of negativity. A commendable approach advises refraining from expressing disdain about anyone publicly. In lieu of vocalizing personal preferences or aversions, the emphasis shifts toward cultivating diplomacy and finesse in communication. Approaching relationships with a spirit of cooperation and understanding, rather than showcasing disapproval, becomes paramount. Exploring avenues to foster favorable conditions for relationships or seeking reconciliation and harmonious coexistence proves instrumental. Crucially, the elimination of personal judgments and evaluations, whether positive or negative, becomes a guiding principle. This necessitates an unwavering commitment to embodying a diplomatic spirit. Adaptation to diverse environments and situations, creating opportunities for interaction irrespective of differences, and upholding a respectful and empathetic attitude in communication become integral components of this approach. Adhering to these principles fosters a more harmonious environment and healthier relationships with others. Such a commitment opens avenues for finding common ground and engaging in constructive dialogue to resolve conflicts and cultivate positive relationships. Consider a scenario within a workplace where a colleague, Sarah, initially appears incompatible with your work style, evoking negative opinions. Instead of openly expressing dissatisfaction, the application of diplomatic and tactful principles comes into play. Taking the initiative to understand Sarah's work methods and unique perspectives, you embark on a journey of interaction and conversation. This exploration reveals that Sarah possesses distinctive skills and insights worth learning from. Rather than adhering to initial negative judgments, you pivot to learning from Sarah's knowledge and experience to enhance your own work. The result is not only the avoidance of conflicts in the relationship, but a positive transformation. Through respecting and empathizing with others' perspectives and work styles, a more harmonious work environment is cultivated. 6. Dealing with tension. In moments of tension, the paramount objective is to preserve tranquility and refrain from letting emotions seize control. Resist the urge to raise your voice in the company of others, and exercise restraint over any burgeoning disappointment or anger. Instead of succumbing to the overwhelming tide of negative emotions, channel that energy into actions that yield positive results. Picture a scenario where you grappled with workplace stress during a crucial meeting marked by a heated argument and diverse opinions. Initially gripped by anger, the impulse to defend yourself loudly arose. However, choosing composure over emotional outbursts, you opted to listen to varying perspectives and engage in constructive dialogue. This strategic approach helped maintain equanimity and averted an escalation of tension. Post-meeting, a brief reflection on emotions guided you. Rather than clinging to anger, you harnessed that energy to enhance work performance, focusing on specific issues and finding satisfaction in effective accomplishment. Harness the power of emotions as a motivational force propelling you toward life goals. Utilize this surge to drive yourself forward, training both body and mind to cope with stress through emotional control. Reflect on your feelings in moments of tension, directing the accumulated energy toward endeavors that fortify your resilience. Exercise caution. Recognizing that losing control can unveil concealed weaknesses. The objective is discreetly relieving tension by addressing fundamental issues, fulfilling responsibilities, and employing logic as your ally. Instead of airing grievances publicly, concentrate on appreciation for what and who you already have in your life. Cultivate gratitude for the positive elements surrounding you, seeking quiet release of emotional pressure. Strive for inner balance and adopt healthier approaches when confronting challenges. By doing so, you navigate the intricate terrain of tension with finesse, transcending the momentary discord towards a harmonious resolution. 7. Unnecessary goals. In the course of life, a moment will inevitably dawn when the significance of your choices and actions becomes starkly apparent. Whether traversing a designated path or forging your unique journey, there arises a juncture where relinquishing specific goals becomes a crucial act of prioritization, aligning with your essence. This is entirely normal, recognizing that we may not always accomplish every planned objective, necessitating the surrender of certain goals to bolster others. Life's journey unfolds amid situations where the realization dawns that achieving everything set out may prove unattainable. Wisely opting to prioritize what truly matters in such instances is a hallmark of sagacity. However, this discerning choice should be executed discreetly. Instead of broadcasting your intentions to the world, a more judicious approach involves quietly removing unnecessary goals from your list. This discreet maneuver prevents inadvertent exposure of your overall strategy, shielding you from potential vulnerabilities to external influences. For effective navigation through life, implementing a tightly knit strategy proves paramount. Initiate by eliminating goals and activities that hold minimal importance in your life, allowing a focused dedication to what genuinely matters. Equally crucial is the implementation of changes gradually and systematically. Avoid the temptation to overhaul everything simultaneously. Instead, embark on the journey one step at a time. This measured approach establishes stability and manageability during the transformative process. Lastly, exercising prudence involves refraining from disclosing every detail of your plan from the outset. Instead, unveil only the necessary components when confidence and timing align appropriately. This strategic restraint not only safeguards your privacy, but also introduces an element of surprise when needed. Through such discreet maneuvering, your plan remains protected and decisions are guided by sincerity, ensuring alignment with your true self. This discretion serves not only to shield your journey, but also to facilitate decisions grounded in authentic values. 8. Relationships, be it friendship or romance. In navigating the intricacies of relationships, whether forged in friendship or romance, discretion emerges as a linchpin. The pivotal directive is to withhold intimate details and abstain from discussing the reasons for terminating a relationship or friendship. The intimacy shared between individuals ought to remain a private sanctuary, free from the prying eyes of others. There exists no justification for divulging specific details, as such disclosure is merely spawn rumors and needlessly complicate situations. Foremost in importance is the imperative to respect the privacy and dignity of all parties involved. Circumventing the dissemination of information that could tarnish reputations or incite unwarranted situations becomes paramount. Redirecting the focus toward personal growth and healing post-relationship termination is pivotal. It's crucial to avoid getting ensnared in a cycle of gratuitous sharing of sensitive details, devoid of constructive purpose. Bear in mind that the events transpiring between individuals should be shrouded in confidentiality, with discretion reigning as a virtue fundamental to nurturing healthy human relationships. Should the need to share life events arise, confide in oneself, reflecting on these occurrences. The crux lies in comprehending the underlying motivation for sharing, whether driven by lingering wounds or the desire for empathy. In any circumstance, self-examination and contemplation of these events supersede the inclination to blame or entangle others. Confronted with the complexities of a relationship, seeking a subtle resolution without laying bare every detail to the public gaze becomes essential. Maintaining secrecy around such issues, coupled with internal resolution efforts, facilitates a deeper understanding of the relationship, contributing to the processes of acceptance and healing. Above all, underscore the significance of tending to your mental and emotional well-being. This imperative amplifies when entangled in the intricacies of complex human relationships. Prioritize mental health, navigating each situation with sagacity and caution. Wise handling becomes the cornerstone of fostering equilibrium in the intricate dance of human connections. 9. Entering a territory often overlooked. In the hustle of our daily lives, there's an aspect frequently overlooked, yet wielding a substantial impact on our mood and the fabric of relationships we weave, engaging in gossip and the spread of negativity. In this concluding segment, we delve into how distancing ourselves from these behaviors not only enhances our mood, but also enriches the quality of our relationships. Picture every word we utter as a seed planted in our own and others' gardens. When our words encourage, uplift, and radiate positivity, we sow the seeds of kindness and understanding. Conversely, when we succumb to gossip or negative conversations, we plant the weeds of misunderstanding, distrust, and conflict. While gossip may seem innocuous, it's a dual path leading to disrespect and low self-esteem, affecting both others and ourselves. To distance ourselves from this detrimental path, we must be mindful of the conversations we engage in. When discussions tend toward gossip or unnecessary criticism, gently steer them toward a more positive direction or highlight something praiseworthy about the person or situation. Prioritize empathy before speaking or sharing information about others. Ask, would I want others to say this about me? This simple question serves as a powerful guide, orienting conversations toward respect and constructive discourse. Create a positive environment by surrounding yourself with people who value positivity and authenticity in communication. Together, you can foster a culture of mutual respect and support. Remember, change starts with you. By choosing not to engage in gossip and negativity, you safeguard your integrity and set an example for others. By embodying these principles, we cultivate a more positive, empathetic, and resilient mindset, contributing to genuine personal growth and building more meaningful relationships. If you've journeyed to the end, congratulations. You've mastered valuable tips to bid farewell to elements you need to eliminate from your life in 2023, paving the way for a future brimming with possibilities in 2024. 10. The pursuit of external approval. In a world where a person's worth often appears tethered to external perceptions, let's embark on a journey to explore the liberating essence that comes from breaking free of this relentless pursuit of outside approval. Picture yourself on a grand stage under bright lights, surrounded by expectant faces, each harboring opinions on how you should act, speak, and exist. Can you feel the suffocating pressure? Now, envision stepping away from that stage, entering a peaceful and serene space. a realm where your unique perspective truly matters. This narrative emphasizes the significance of recognizing and cherishing your inner voice amid the clamor of external opinions. When our actions and decisions hinge on seeking approval, we gradually drift away from our true selves and authentic desires. It's akin to consistently donning an ill-fitting outfit to please others. Reflect on moments in your life when you felt most content and happy. Those likely align with instances when you fully embraced your core values and beliefs, irrespective of external expectations. This encapsulates the essence of living authentically. Practicing authenticity in daily life commences with small, deliberate steps. Consider a future decision-making moment. Instead of automatically proceeding, pause and ask, am I doing this because I truly want it, or because I feel pressure from others? This presents an opportunity to explore your true nature, establishing a connection with your emotions and intuition. Learn to trust your intuition and understand your dreams, desires, and needs, shaping your life in a way that aligns with your true self. Another potent practice involves boosting self-esteem. Recognize and appreciate your unique qualities, celebrate achievements, and learn from mistakes. Understand that self-acceptance is an ongoing process, and every small victory in that journey holds significance. Lastly, foster supportive relationships that encourage you to become the best version of yourself. Surround yourself with individuals who respect your individuality and inspire you to express your true nature. By letting go of the incessant need for external approval, we open the door to a more sincere and meaningful path, a path that allows us to become the true protagonists in our own lives, writing our own story with the ink of authenticity and courage. With this, we conclude our conversation, hoping it inspires reflection on how you can live a more authentic life, true to yourself, away from the darkness of external approval. 11. Conscious use of social media. Imagine, if you will, your life as an enthralling book, brimming with captivating stories, valuable lessons, and thrilling adventures. Now, envision social media as an expansive library, a digital repository where myriad stories unfold every second. While the concept is intriguing, this digital realm conceals a potential danger. As we navigate this digital library, we often find ourselves perusing pages where others showcase the pinnacle moments of their lives. A perilous comparison takes root as we unknowingly measure the most challenging chapters of our lives against the perfect, often unrealistic moments of others. Consider the impact of this unfair comparison on our mood and self-esteem. With awareness, it becomes imperative to learn how to limit our consumption of these digital stories. Picture entering this digital library with a clear purpose, seeking connection, inspiration, or information. Navigate the shelves with intent, find what you need, and then gracefully depart, returning to the pages of your own life story. Implementing this in reality begins with identifying specific moments in your day to check social media, setting aside fixed times during breakfast, break time at work, or at day's end. This structured approach prevents social media from engulfing all your time and thoughts. Effective strategy also involves self-reflection. Ask yourself the purpose behind each online interaction. Distinguish between productive engagement and mindless consumption. Crucially, recognize signs that social media may be negatively impacting your mood or self-esteem. If you feel down after using these platforms, it may be time to take a break. Reconnect with real-world activities that bring joy and satisfaction. Read a captivating book, pursue a favorite hobby, or revel in the beauty of nature. By practicing these habits, you not only safeguard your mental well-being, but also contribute to the uniqueness of your life story. Your narrative, like everyone else's, encompasses a distinctive journey with ups and downs, victories and challenges. It is this uniqueness that renders every story, including yours, incredibly valuable. As we conclude this reflection, contemplate how you can start writing the next chapter of your life story with less influence from the digital world and more focus on what truly matters. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, wielding the wisdom of great philosophers. In the 21st century, Stoicism serves as a guide to becoming resilient, healthy, and prosperous. Turn adversity into triumph, stress into strength, and uncertainty into clarity. Through 11 key principles, Stoicism guides individuals in quietly eliminating detrimental elements from their lives. The subtle transformations occurring in our surroundings wield a profound influence on life's quality. Join us on this journey of change and propagate this transformative message by liking and sharing this video. Your comments below signify your readiness to stride into 2024 with positivity and strength. Ensure you subscribe to our channel for more invaluable insights. Thank you for watching. Let's collaboratively construct a better life.